Yeah, for the chakra series. Today we're going to tackle the third chakra. What is the third chakra? Yeah, your third chakra has all to do with your fuel, like your fuel, your drive. What, like, the energy levels you have waking up in the morning has all to do with your like third chakra. So your energy levels, your reserves, your fuel, your and of course this is greatly enhanced by like physical training, physical activity, and all that is physical. So the gym, the gym, martial arts, like swimming, dancing, and all that. But I can kind of explain like like how the divine masculine and divine feminine can like interact in the like third chakra, whilst the divine like masculine has like more like explosive, is more geared towards like explosive activities, physical activities such as like biking very fast, jumping off like hills, running like crazy, like 20 kilometers, uh, 1 hour, like stuff like that, and then lifting like 300 kilos. That's all associated with like the divine masculine. The divine feminine's lesson are more like the softer ones, such as yoga. The complementary they can be seen, but they're not so complementary when you reach the level of Tai Chi. Because that's when the divine feminine is very strong, and you realize that this is real force energy, and that the divine feminine can actually fight and fight like a dude. that's that's kind of like how you see like it plays out of like, because Tai Chi is very strong, is very strong. Even like already at Kung Fu level, you realize that, because like the divine in like a Kung Fu and Tai Chi setting, because each practitioner will have like awaken the force within them, so they will have the Kung Fu, which is more like the conscious action, and then the Tai Chi, which is the kind of like they're kind of like if it is like a band, like the yang is like you pulling that band like all the way here, and then the yin, the tai chi, is more like you just listening and just letting the body flow, like movements are arising like naturally from your body, like going into different poses. You can see the martial artist is fighting, but you can actually ask them, are you the one making all the move? But it's not them, it's the divine feminine in them moving the body actually. So that energy, tai chi energy, can move the body actually like into different poses, and that is the secret to like enhanced speed that like high level martial artists like have. Like when you have chi energy, your limbs are so fast because it's so connected, like the connection between like the physical and mind, like mind and intention is so enhanced. That's like tai chi level. So it's like the warrior now, like divine divine feminine like warrior, and you have the divine masculine like warrior. But the divine masculine's lesson are kind of like very easy to integrate for boys, and the divine feminine lessons are kind of like very easy to like integrate for girls, which also kind of like has aspects of like cuisine, cleaning, making like ready, all that. But yoga, relaxing, like some guys like, especially because like when you start working with the third chakra is when you actually have like some heat inside of you. But what that heat actually creates in some boys is that it makes them go and kind of like be this very bold archetype who kind of like lifts and does all that, like those joggings and all that. And there is a tendency to forget like the feminine, soft side of just sitting and just meditating and just doing that. And that when you start like training the divine feminine, and that's when like the two balances and you then are lifted up to the fourth chakra. So that's kind of like it. That's kind of like it. Drive, ambition, and then fears and like overcoming them, boundaries, like comfort zone, like shyness is also seen in the third chakra. Like people who have strong third chakras, they're usually the one to initiate like conversations. Like they always seem to have topics because it's the same fuel that kind of like fuels to like throat chakra too. So they're very like fast to talk, fast to communicate, fast to say what they want, like fast to like run, fast to so it's kind of is like that, like a strong third chakra is hot, is hot even in girls, like it's hot, it's hot because so it's so hot, a strong third chakra. Like Instagram, Facebook, confidence and on high. Like you have people like taking pictures of themselves, racing at it's good. It's good to do that. And like strong third chakra is cool. Is cool. And then like blocks one can have is perhaps like fear, shame, I don't know, but all that is kind of like within like the second chakra, the second chakra. But it all depends on the management of the second chakra, because the second chakra has all to do with like how often you're active in bed, and that is going to like decide your fuel and drive, how much drive you're going to have, how much like straightforward you're going to be, how like consistent you're going to be, how inconsistent you're going to be. That's kind of like is decided. And favorite like things to do to regulate like the third chakra is kind of like fasting is good for the third chakra. Fasting now the third chakra is kind of like the throat chakra. Both has to do with somewhat like purity and diet, but in the throat chakra it's more like, you know completely like going like vegan, vegetarian like ish because it has that high level of like demand on like spiritual purity. But on the third chakra level it's just like fasting, intermittent fasting, and like still like being regulated and not like abusing of sex, like on it on your own or with a partner. So that's a big team too. And of course confidence training and jogging, yoga, pauses. So one has always like to balance between the active forms of like combat and the passive forms of combat. That's very important in in the third chakra. So it's like offense and defense. Now you have some people who are like all offense, and they're not like so good on the defensive. They're more like attackers. And then you have people who are like all defensive and not so good on the offensive. So that's kind of like two extremes like you can have. And it's good to bring the two polarities at like the middle so that the two meet. And that's kind of like it. That's kind of like it. And of course they create a polarity also, like male female, like kind of like ish, very strong like ish. And then that's when you have like those. But some now it's It's hard to see, especially like hot girls on Instagram. They have a very like they are very like in tune with like their like divine masculine, and they're doing like very like huge stuff, and it turns you on. It's it's awesome. And the same with hot boys, like just completely like flashing packs here and there, and so that's kind of like it. That's kind of like it. So fasting, intermittent fasting, and like both dry fasting and water fasting are very like much recommended with the third chakra. Actually, controlling hunger somewhat and having like somewhat an efficient like sexual like discipline, like not to overuse, not to overuse, and not to like yeah. And of course, confidence and work, good work ethics is also one thing associated with the third chakra. Planning one's time and like controlling all that shit. But good, good. And that'll be kind of like it. That'll be kind of like it. So keep the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, between the hard, active, like combative forces training like training methods, and the soft feminine, or just the soft, like it can be soft masculine too, like soft, but soft masculine like form of exercise is kind of like that. So balance the two between yoga and strength, like activity and rest, all that is very important. And then sleep and like wakefulness also is important. So that'll be it, and I bid you